Y vamos a meterte a YouTube y cambiar el nombre.
Aquí.
Ajá. Dale editar ahí. Dale editar. No sé cómo se llama este juego.
Conquistadores contra Peregrinos. Todos. ¿Te jugaron uno?
Pero este ya es el torneo, digamos, en sí, ¿verdad? ¿Qué dice?
Now you're live and you can hear yourself.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful morning in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, part of the PRIBL, the Puerto Rican International Baseball League. Get things started here at 10 o'clock. We were supposed to start first pitch, but we got behind just a little bit, and we'll get to all the introductions and starting lineups as we introduce both teams. Thank you so much for joining us. We're live here in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. This is the first of two games today between the Conquistadores and the Peregrinos. Conquistadores are the home team, and the Peregrinos are the away team. On the mound to start things off for the Conquistadores, starting pitcher Clayton Blummel. Blummel on the mound for his Conquistadores. Playing shortstop and leading off for the Conquistadores is Joel Cortez. Batting second for the Conquistadores, the center fielder, Capono Kahala. I got to meet with Capono earlier and asked of the pronunciation of his last name, and he told me, and I'm still butchering it, so please, my apologies to Capono. He's actually from the same state that I am from, in Florida, and he's in Bradenton at IMG Academy as Capono, and I'm right up the road in Tampa. That's where I'm from, Tampa, Florida. My name is Anthony DeSanto, but you don't want to hear about me. You want to hear about these players from the Conquistadores in the field right now, the home team. Batting third as we continue on in left field, Connor Anderson. Batting fourth for the Conquistadores, the first baseman, Braylon Reynolds. Batting fifth, the catcher doing the catching behind the plate for the pitcher, Clayton Blummel. Batting fifth, the catcher for the Conquistadores, Braden Kaler. Batting sixth, playing right field, Joshua Smart. And batting seventh, second baseman, Theodores Mitsorikas. Batting eighth, the third baseman for the Conquistadores. And playing third base, Hayden Bledsoe. The designated hitter batting ninth, Julian Detrisi. And batting 10th, the extra hitter, Jesiel Baez. And that's the home team in the field. And let's introduce the team, Peregrinos, who's batting first and stepping in at number 3, Noah Aranda. Oh, that is Angel Fuentes. Sorry. There's two number 3s. This is the second baseman leading off, taking a fastball high from Blummel. Clayton Blummel, the starting pitcher for the Conquistadores, the home team, in their red and blues. Here's the 1-0. It stays inside 2-0 to the leadoff hitter, Angel Fuentes. So, leadoff hitter batting from the right side. Here's the 2-0. Good pitch. Hits the outside corner for strike 1. First pitch was at 10:29. Oh, comes up empty on the big swing. Even up the count, 2-2, Blummel. The starting pitcher for the Conquistadores. This is Angel Fuentes. Takes just outside. Good pitch by Blummel, but didn't get the call. Stayed outside. Full count now. This is the top of the first inning. 0-0 score. Here's the 3-2. Comes up empty. Good job by Blummel to record the first out and his first strikeout in the top of the first inning. Conquistadores tried to throw it around the horn, but the ball ended up in right field. Maybe some early morning jitters. But one out for the Conquistadores, and that ball's getting thrown around. They better clean it up. Good job of pitching, though, by Clayton Blummel to get the first out on a strikeout of Fuentes. This is Dominic Diaz, the shortstop for Peregrinos, stepping in from the right side. Peregrinos in their navy blue and orange. Fouls that one off. Watch out. On deck batter. Good night. Almost clipped him. That's Manny Gonzalez on the on deck circle. And his teammate Diaz almost clipped him with that foul ball. Cued foul. The 0-1. Ball's flown out to short right, and the right fielder does a good job of catching that one. So a good job by Blumel to retire the first two batters. The right fielder, Matthias Mason, in right field for, the right fielder, Joshua Smart for Conquistadores made that catch. 2 outs still in the top of the first inning. No score, nobody on base with 2 outs. First pitch is hammered into the ground. That's going to go to the outfield for the 3-hitter for the Peregrinos, getting a runner on first base. Good job of hitting by Manny Gonzalez. Now stepping in for Peregrinos with 2 outs and a runner on first, Samuel Meisner. Meisner batting from the right side. Takes a couple warm-up hacks. Oh no, that ball was in time, so we're not in play there. Probably would have picked him off, but we were in time. So dead ball, no pickoff, as the runner takes his lead. Good job of hitting and getting on first base. The first hit, and that's cued foul. Attacking early, but Blumel's doing a good job of keeping the Peregrinos off balance, but still a base hit by Manny Gonzalez. So he takes his lead from first, and there's a pickoff, and to no avail. Good job of keeping Gonzalez honest, but Manny slid back safely. This is the top of the first inning. Oh, another pickoff attempt. Oh, that was closer than the first. No instant replay here, but Gonzalez scampers back safely. So Blumel has a tricky pickoff, so watch out for the runners, but I think Gonzalez wants to run here, but he stays put. Good off speed, gets in the kitchen. That's going to be a tough play for the first baseman, and oh, what a good catch by the Conquistadores first baseman, Braylon Reynolds. That does it in the top of the first inning. We'll be back here live. I'm Anthony DeSanto with the Conquistadores and the Peregrinos. Conquistadores coming to bat, the home team. We'll see you in a minute. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Anthony DeSanto with the PRIBL, Puerto Rican International Baseball League. We saw the Conquistadores Clayton Blummel take care of the Peregrinos in the top of the first inning. Now steps in the Conquistadores leadoff hitter. The second baseman the leadoff hitter, the shortstop, Joel Cortez. On the mound for the Peregrinos, they're the away team. Adrian Perez, the starting pitcher. Perez took his warm-ups and gets ready to throw his first pitch of the morning. This is the first game of the two on this beautiful Monday. Hope everybody all the fathers out there had a good Father's Day. I know had a good Father's Day steak dinner. So hopefully you had a good one too. This is the first pitch from Perez. Stays high to the Conquistadores leadoff hitter, Cortez. Cortez, the shortstop, leading off. Here's the 1-0. Good off speed. Settles in to even up the count, 1-1. We're live here in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, part of the PRIBL. Thank you for joining us. That stays inside 2-1 hitters count for the leadoff hitter, Cortez. Capono on deck, the center fielder for the Conquistadores, but here's leadoff hitter Cortez. Comes up empty. Good pitch by Perez. Perez evens up the count, 2-2. He can mix up his pitches really nicely, and he's doing a good job against the leadoff hitter. But 2-2 is the count. Nobody on, nobody out. This is the bottom of the first inning. Conquistadores are the home team batting in the bottom of the first inning. Stays high. Good leadoff hitter. Knows how to work the count, and that is exactly what Joel Cortez is doing. Full count to him. Thank you so much for joining us. Here's the 3-2. And that's ball four. Good job of working the count. Perez needs to watch out for the leadoff hitter. Cortez is going to look to turn this into a double by stealing second base. So let's see what happens here with the Conquistadores. And as mentioned earlier, this is the center fielder batting second, Capono Kahala from Hawaii, but lives in Bradenton, Florida, the state where I'm from. Looks to bunt, pops it straight back. Capono, I had a good conversation with him earlier. Asked him the pronunciation of his last name, and I'm still struggling with it. So my apologies to him. He's playing his high school baseball at IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida. Good pickoff attempt. I think he was going to be going there. That's the leadoff hitter, Cortez, who reached on a walk, and Adrian Perez does a good job of keeping him honest there. Dancing over there is Cortez. Here's the pitch. Coming up. Oh, slammed into left field. That's going to settle in for a base hit. Good job of hitting. Conquistadores are threatening in the bottom of the first inning already. A walk and a hit. Good job of hitting by Capono. Now batting the left fielder. Batting third, Connor Anderson for the Conquistadores. Anderson hitting with runners on base from the left side of the plate. Against Perez. Pitcher for Peregrinos is in trouble with runners on first and second, nobody out. First pitch to Anderson. Looks to bunt again. That's down. Tough play by the third baseman. Bare hands in, throws him out at first base. Good job of defense At third base, Manny Gonzalez from the Peregrinos. What a play. Big out right there, but runners on second and third. So they do advance, but that's the first out. Now batting for the Conquistadores, Braylon Reynolds, first baseman. Bats with runners on second and third. Corners come in. Here's the pitch as Perez gets ready. Good fastball, top of the corner. So runners on second and third. Cortez walked, and Capono got a base hit. Advancing on the bunt was Anderson to lay that thing down. Cortez dancing on third. Long set by Perez. Popped into medium right field. Right fielder comes under it, tags, and is going to score without a throw as the ball gets kicked around in the infield on the throwback. So that's the second out, but a sacrifice fly. Cortez comes in to score. No advancement by Capono. He's still on second base. Good job of hitting right there to score the runner with less than 2 outs. Now there's 2 outs. Runner on second in scoring position for the catcher, Braden Kaler. Kaler for the Conquistadores bats with the runner in scoring position. So sac fly RBI. Fastball stays low. So 1-0 to the catcher, Braden Kaler. Scoring in the bottom of the first inning and looking for more of the Conquistadores. In the bottom of the first inning, 1-0's our score. That ball's cued foul. Good job of going the other way with that pitch by Perez. But foul ball to the right side was Kaler. So a good line drive swing by Braden Kaler. Trying to use the whole field and score that run from second base with 2 outs. Capono is on second base. He reached base with a base hit and advanced to second base on the bunt. So with 2 outs, here's the pitch from Perez as he gets settled. Here it comes. Stays low, trying to work the batter away. Let's see what Braden Kaler can do. This is the bottom of the first inning. 1-0's the score. Perez sets. Here's the pitch. Yes, good pitch right there. Working away. Gets the corner and gets the call. 2-2. With 2 outs. In the bottom of the first inning. Perez comes set. Here's the pitch. Hammered into the ground, but foul. Staying alive, staying alive. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Beautiful day in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. Hope you're enjoying this broadcast. Hope you're enjoying wherever you are tuning in. Nothing but blue skies here. Some clouds. I'm sure the players enjoy the cloud coverage, but a beautiful day. Nonetheless, that ball stays inside. Full count now. There is a base empty, but Perez wants to finish this half inning right here. Full count, 3-2 to the batter for the Conquistadores, Braden Kaler. On deck is Joshua Smart. Here's the pitch, the 3-2, and it goes to right field, right to the right fielder. Good job. He made 2 of the 3 putouts. Good job by the Peregrinos right fielder, Matthias Mason. So that does it for the bottom of the first inning, and that does it for the first inning. 1-0's the score, and we'll be back in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. Once again, this is the PRIBL. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back with the second inning momentarily. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're live here in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. This is the second inning as we get things started. The Peregrinos send up number 2. Or no, sorry, number 52. Oh, that ball's fouled right back. Almost clipped us. Clayton Blummel on the mound again for his second inning of work. Ball's hammered into right field. Way back to the warning track. That ball one-hops the warning track. A bomb double. He really got into that. Good job of hitting. So now we have number 30 batting, getting his first turn in. That is Ramsey, Tamias Ramsey. So now on second base, Luca Morales with that bomb double to lead things off. Comes up empty, the batter. Ramsey, the designated hitter for Peregrinos. So let's see what Blummel can do with a runner already in scoring position with nobody out in the second inning. Good pitch right there, fooled Ramsey right there on the swing and a miss. On deck is the catcher, Jacob Straknick. Oh, catches them napping. Everybody was napping. Good job of running right there by Morales. So already Luca Morales has put an impact on this game in the second inning, leading things off with a screaming double that one-hopped the wall and went over for a ground rule double. Stadium here is true. 325 to right and left in the corners. And 405, oh, right back to the pitcher. Holds the runner. Good job of fielding right there. One out. So cannot bring the runner in. Ramsey. Let's see if Jacob, the catcher, Straknick, can do here with the runner on third base. Morales stays put on third base, so he got to second on the double. And then a delayed steal got him to third base. Now with one out, good pitch right there by Blummel. Blummel has had a really good command with his off speed and has done a good job so far dealing with the runner on third base, though. Just outside, 1-1. Just missed the corner. Working fast is Blummel. Hammered past the shortstop into center field to tie things up. Good job of hitting right there by the catcher for the Peregrinos. As they tie things up here, 1-1. Looking for more as the catcher had an RBI base hit. Takes that one wide. It's the right fielder who made two good catches in right field for the Peregrinos. Let's see what he can do with the bat. Comes up empty, does Matthias Mason. Mason batting eighth for the Peregrinos. Mason bats with a runner on first base. Stays inside. So Blummel working quick. Let's see what he can do here. comes set. There goes the runner, stumbles but gets a good jump. He better get back to first base. Second baseman catches it. Oh, it hits the runner. Oh, that would have been a double play for sure, but it hit the runner on the throwback from the second baseman. So good job of getting to that ball. So 2 outs now. Runner on first base. So good defense, but comes up empty on the throwback. This is the 9th batter. Nicholas Mack. Blomo tries to catch the runner napping, but to no avail, diving back. Goes again. Throw down from the catcher is a good one, but no, stays right and wide of the second base. So stolen base. Gets himself in a scoring position on second base there. Let's see if Mack can drive him in with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Stays outside with the fastball. Peregrinos tied things up. Looking for more. A base hit would score him. Stays low. Good job of blocking that one by the Conquistadores catcher, Braden Kaler. So Mack, the center fielder for Peregrinos, gets his turn of at bat. Swings in, hits it to the third baseman, chops it to him. Wide throw on the tag. Yes, wow, good play by the first baseman. Good job to end the inning. Good job by the first baseman for the Conquistadores. A wide throw by the third baseman, but the first baseman comes up and naps him right there. That was Braylon Reynolds, the first baseman for the Conquistadores. So that does it. The score is tied. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. Right now it is 1-1. Peregrinos tied up against the Conquistadores. The Conquistadores come to bat in the bottom of the second inning. We'll be back here in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. Back here live in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, part of the PRIBL. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Anthony DeSanto. We're going to start the bottom of the second inning with Smart. Smart batting for the Conquistadores, and Perez back out on the mound for his second inning of work. First pitch is hammered into the ground. Third baseman ranging over. The shortstop moving over. Long throw across the diamond. Can't catch the speedy Joshua Smart. Jehoshua Smart, the leadoff hitter, getting on base. Let's see what he can do with his legs. Base hit to lead things off in his first turn of at-bats. This is Theodoros Matrixius. Batting seventh. Good eye by the second baseman of the Conquistadores. Got to talk to him a little bit briefly. Theodoros takes a low strike. Umpire called that one in favor of Perez. Smart on first base with a leadoff single. Tough play by the shortstop. Tough throw by the Peregrinos shortstop on that hit by Smart. And I got to talk, as I mentioned, with Theodoros about his nationality and the pronunciation of his last name, of Greek origin. His father is Greek and his mother is Jamaican. This is my first game with the PRIBL this year. Last year I announced for a couple weeks with the PRIBL. This is my first game back this season. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Runner on first base, Smart, and Theodoros takes that one wide. Conquistadores bat in the bottom of the second inning. They're the home team. Peregrinos are the visiting team. They even things up in the top of the second. Let's see what Peregrinos can do in the bottom. There's ball four. Good at bat by Theodoros. So Smart now on second base. And on first base, Theodoros draws the walk. First and second, nobody out. This is the bottom of the second inning. 1-1 is the score. This is the 10 o'clock game. Peregrinos and Conquistadores. Here's the pitch by Perez. Comes up empty. Runners on first and second, they take their lead. And there goes the first base coach. And they switch places. This is Bledsoe, the batter. Comes up empty again. This is Hayden Bledsoe. Bledsoe bats with runners on first and second, an 0-2 hole. Rings him up. Good job of pitching quickly. Adrian Perez rings up Bledsoe looking. Can't do that. So good job by Perez to record his first strikeout. So runners still on first and second. This is Julian DeTrixie. He takes a strike by Perez. So Perez, with runners on first and second, has quickly found the strike zone and pounding it. So good job of bearing down is Adrian Perez. This is his second inning of work. Kicks, fires, and deals again to the first baseman. Kicks it. It's going to be a tough play. Gets over and throws it away. One run will score. Runners are going to advance. First of the game, and that is by the first baseman for the Peregrinos with the error. Tough play nonetheless. I think that might be a hit, but allowing the run to score is a throwing error, so we'll credit him with a hit, but a throwing error by the first baseman allowing the run to score. Conquistadores now with the lead and threatening for more with one out. Runners on second and third. This is Baez. Baez bats with runners on second and third. Hammers that one to left field, just foul. Good job of jumping on that first pitch fastball inside, but turns on it and stays foul. So he'll go back to the batter's box. Perez better be careful with this batter, Perez here. Perez, the extra hitter for the Conquistadores. So with one out, runners on second and third. Bledsoe struck out, and Detrixie got a base hit, and the throwing error allowed the run to score. So that was the first error by the first baseman and the Peregrinos. Corners are in, the infield is in with one out, runners on second and third. 2-1 is the score, looking for more. Hits it to the third baseman, makes a great play, comes home with it. No tag, so he's safe. And out at first base, so run does score. They had to make a tag that was not a force play, so the run scores. The out is recorded at first base. So the third baseman threw home, and the catcher threw down to first base to get the out. So good job of fielding by the catcher to throw and be aware to throw that runner out at first base to retire Baez. So Baez is retired. Baez is retired. And in steps the leadoff hitter, Cortez, for the Conquistadores, with a runner on third base with two outs. 2 runs are in, and it's going to require Cortez a 2-out RBI base hit here. Let's see what he can do in his second turn of at-bats. Cortez walked in his first plate appearance. Stays inside Adrian Perez. 2 runs are in, and they have the lead. Last year, I remember the Conquistadores finished last place in the PRIBL, but this year they look to be a much better team. Stays inside and high with the fastball. 3-0 is the count to the batter. Cortez walked already. Let's see if he can walk and put runners on the corners or get the base hit to score the runner from third. Here's the pitch on a 3-0. Inside, wow, 4-pitch walk. That's his second walk. So a couple of hits by the Conquistadores puts runners now on the corners with 2 outs. Capono, the batter. Capono had a base hit earlier in the first inning, in his first at-bat. Let's see if he can cash in the runner from third and move the runners around. First and third, let's see what they do. Tries the pickoff. Does Perez. Diving back safely, Cortez. Three to one is the score. There goes the runner. Tries the fake throw. So stolen base, the wheels by Cortez. So a stolen base. Now 2 runners in scoring position for the Conquistadores. Fouls that one straight back. Runners on second and third. Let's see what Perez can come up with. He's still searching a little bit. This is a good hitter for the Conquistadores as he flies it straight up in the infield to first base right there and makes the catch. So that does it for the Conquistadores. They do score 2 times, though, to bring the score to 3-1. And we'll see what Peregrinos can do after Conquistadores have the lead 3-1. And that does it for the second inning. The third inning coming back to you live. Conquistadores and Peregrinos at the 10 o'clock game in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. Back here live in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. This is the top of the third inning. Score of 3-1. Peregrinos, the away team, batting in their navy blue and orange uniforms against the Conquistadores. Takes that one for a strike. The leadoff hitter in the top of the third inning for Peregrinos. Good pitch again by Clayton Blummel, on for his third inning of work. 1-2 is the count. Here's the pitch by Blummel. That stays high to even up the count, 2-2. Hammers that one foul to the right side. So Blummel trying to get through 3 innings unscathed in this top of the third inning. He's given up 1 run, but has worked really quickly and effectively. Ball's hammered into left center as the left fielder ranges over to his left. Tracks it and corrals it. So the batter is retired on the fly ball to the left fielder of the Conquistadores, Connor Anderson. In stepping number 3. This is Aranda, Noah Aranda. as he hits that one to short left field. Shortstop over, left fielder over there, and calls off the shortstop in short left field. So good job again by the left fielder, Anderson. Anderson has caught the first 2 outs. The last batter was of the Peregrinos Angel, Fuentes. That was the leadoff hitter, Fuentes. So this is Dominic Diaz. Diaz, the shortstop for Peregrinos in their navy and orange uniforms. They fouls that one back. So Aranda and Fuentes are retired. And now stepping in Dominic Diaz. Diaz with takes that one low. 1-1 count. Sorry, 2-1 count. Good pitch right there. Bends in for a strike to even things up. 2-2 with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd inning. Conquistadores scored 2 in the bottom of the 2nd inning to lead 3-1. Comes up empty. Good pitch. Strikes him out. That's his 2nd strikeout. Clayton Blummel. So makes quick work of the Peregrinos after his Conquistadores scored 2. And now coming to bat again in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The score is 3-1. Live here in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. We'll be back momentarily. Part of the PRIBL Summerwood Bat League. Well, we're back here live in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. Thank you so much once again for tuning in. Score is 3-1, and the Conquistadores looking for some more. They scored 2 in the last inning. They scored 1 in the 1st inning and 2 in the last inning to bring the score to 3-1. Leading things off in the bottom of the 3rd inning, number 6 for the Conquistadores. Stays wide, ball 1 to the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Conquistadores. So the pitcher for Peregrinos falls behind. Perez on for his third inning of work. 3-0 is the count. Clips the outside corner for a strike. This is Connor Anderson. Anderson batting, and it slams it up the middle, past the pitcher, past the shortstop, and past the second baseman, and squirts into center field. Good job of hitting by Anderson. Anderson, as we mentioned in the field, making some good plays in the outfield. Collects a base hit in his second at bat. So now this is Reynolds. So pitching coach and head coach comes out to take out Perez, as he is on the hook for the batter, but finishes 2 innings on the mound for the pitcher for Peregrinos, Adrian Perez. And we'll talk about the incoming pitcher for Peregrinos. Number 1, Janiel Garcia. Garcia is going to be the new pitcher for the Peregrinos team. As he gets ready to get his warm-up pitches. Connor Anderson, the runner on first base, led things off for his Conquistadores. Conquistadores have put the pressure on the Peregrinos this morning. This is the first of the 2 games in the PRIBL, Puerto Rican International Wood Bat League. It's a good experience for players looking to get signed to go to college, or some already in college. This is my second year with the PRIBL, and I had a great time last year. We're staying in Rincon, Puerto Rico. And this is Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. Beautiful weather today. Yesterday, the same thing. Looking for good weather. Live here in Luis Canella Marquez Stadium in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. So here comes the batter for Conquistadores with the runner on first base, Anderson. This is Braylon Reynolds, the first baseman. Takes that one low for a ball. This is the new pitcher, Garcia. There goes the runner. Anderson is going to steal that base pretty easily. So good job of getting on base with the base hit and stealing second base to put himself into scoring position. So stolen base for Connor Anderson. Reynolds the batter. Here's the pitch from Garcia. Stays wide. So Janiel Garcia for the Peregrinos. Here's a good pitch from Garcia. Garcia gets the call. 3 balls and 1 strike is the count. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Oh, wow, doesn't get the call there. So walks. Now we got runners on first and second. So Garcia in a little bit of a pickle here, as there's runners on first and second for Conquistadores. Reynolds had an RBI, sac fly, and now walks. So Reynolds, the runner on first base, and Anderson, the runner on second base. This is the catcher for Conquistadores, Kaler. Hits that one to the shortstop. Shuffles over, flips to second, gets the out there, and safe at first base. So 1 out is recorded by the shortstop to second base flip. So 1 out, runners are now in the corners. The catcher, Kaler, on first base. The right fielder, Smart, steps in. So runners on the corners for Conquistadores. Defense stays pretty even. There goes the runner, comes up empty. Smart fakes to second. No advancement by the runner on third base, but the stolen base by the catcher, Braden Kaler, for Conquistadores, now has runners in scoring position, second and third for Smart. Smart, the right fielder for Conquistadores, bats with runners in scoring position. Big hit right here if he can come up with it. That ball brushes him off the plate for a ball. So hitters count right here for Smart. Jehoshua Smart, the batter, takes that one high. Peregrinos are in trouble. And they have Janiel Garcia on the ropes. Runners on second and third. Smart has a 3-0 count. Here's the pitch. Flies it to short center as shortstop goes out. And that ball lands in between the center fielder and the shortstop. 1 run comes in. No advancement by Kaler. And that's a base hit for Smart. RBI base hit for Smart. That's his second base hit. And an RBI to his credit. Jehoshua Smart with an RBI base hit. He's on first base. Ball stays low to the 7th hitter in the lineup for Conquistadores, the second baseman, Theodores Atricas. Mizricas fouls that one off to even things up. 1-1 the count with runners on first and second. 1 out. There's 1 out. 1 run is in. Takes that one wide. Score is 4-1. Conquistadores threatening with 1 out, runners on first and second. Theodores the batter. Theodorus the batter. Late on that offering by Garcia. There's 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 4-1 is the score. Runners on first and second, as we mentioned. Jehoshua Smart had an RBI hit. He's on first, comes up empty, and strikes out for 2 outs now. 2 outs for the Peregrinos. Garcia with runners on first and second, still with 2 outs now for Conquistadores. First pitch by Garcia stays low for a ball. Stays wide. See what Garcia can do. Garcia did not start this inning. He came on with a runner on first base. See if he can finish this bottom of the 3rd inning. 1 run already in. Issues a walk to the Conquistadores. Now have them loaded. Bledsoe walked. That's his first time on base. With 2 outs, bases loaded. Let's see what the Conquistadores can do. Already up 4-1. A base hit would be huge for the Conquistadores. Peregrinos cannot afford any more runs to score here in this inning. That kicks away from the catcher. 1 run will score. That is Braden Kaler is scampering in to score another run. That's the 2nd run this inning, expanding their lead. 5-1 now, up by 4 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Julian DeTrixie. DeTrixie, the designated hitter, bats with 2 outs and runners on 2nd and 3rd. Takes that inside. So, oh, it clipped him. Oh, no, he walked. Okay. So that's a walk. So DeTrixie is on base. Janciel Baez, the batter. Baez and his fan club cheering him on. Bats with the bases loaded with 2 outs. Takes that one for a strike. Good job by the catcher to frame that one for a strike. Baez bats with 2 outs for the Conquistadores. Takes that one low and away to even the count 1-1 with 2 outs. 2 runs already in. A 5-1 score for the Conquistadores and looking for some more runs. Here's the pitch by Garcia. Stays wide. Hitters count now for Baez. Janciel Baez. Baez, the EH for today's game in the Conquistadores. A base hit would be huge. Let's see what Baez can do. Runners take their leads. Good pitch, takes it again, right on the outside corner. 2-2. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 2-2. Here's the pitch. Baez gets jammed to the third baseman. He goes across the diamond and gets the out there at first base. That does it for Conquistadores. Good play by the third baseman with the bases loaded. Garcia gets out of trouble, but they do score a couple runs. The score is 5-1. That does it for the 3rd inning. The 4th inning coming back to you live in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. This is the PRIBL, Puerto Rican International Baseball League. We'll be back more with the Peregrinos coming to bat in the top of the 4th inning. Back here live with a pitching change here in the top of the fourth inning. 5-1 is the score. Conquistadores with the lead, scoring in all 3 innings. Clayton Blummel with 3 innings of work on the mound gives way to the new pitcher for Conquistadores, Nick Fasthorse. Fasthorse, the new pitcher of record for Conquistadores. Let's see how he does in his first inning of work. Kicks, fires, first pitch is hit out to short right field. Right fielder ranging over. Good job of fielding by the right fielder of the Conquistadores. So 1 pitch and 1 out for the Peregrinos. Peregrinos down by 4 with a score of 5-1 in the 4th inning. This is Meisner, Samuel Meisner. Manny Gonzalez was retired with the first pitch to the new pitcher. Fastball stays inside. New pitcher for the Conquistadores, Nick Fasthorse. Fasthorse is working fast. Kicks, fires, and deals. Skips in to the batter, Meisner. Samuel Meisner. With 1 out, here's the pitch. Hits the corner for a strike. Good pitch by Fasthorse. Meisner bats with 1 out, nobody on base for the Peregrinos. This is the first game of 2 on this beautiful Monday in Puerto Rico. Part of the PRIBL Summer College Wood Bat League. All the batters bat with wooden bats. Good pitch again. Full count now to Meisner. The left fielder for Peregrinos stays inside and hits him, and Meisner throws the bat about 35-40 feet into his dugout area. So Meisner's now on first base. This is Luca Morales. I'm pretty sure this is the same Luca Morales that had the double. That one hopped over the wall for a ground rule double. And he stole third base, did Morales, as he takes that pitch for a strike from Fasthorse. So Fasthorse better be careful to Morales. He fires another one in there for a strike. Working quick and working ahead is Fasthorse in his first inning of relief. Fasthorse relieved Clayton Blummel. Blummel threw 3 innings of work, as that's cued foul. Morales bats the runner on first base. Good block there. Fasthorse tries to pick off the runner, just keeping him honest. I don't think he's going anywhere. We'll see. But with Morales at the plate, Peregrinos need to score some runs and chip away, so a stolen base wouldn't be a bad idea here. So evens the count 2-2. With the runner on first base, Morales the batter. Fast horse the pitch. Stays up and away. Full count now.
Your pitch.
Let's see what Fast Horse can come up with on the 3-2 pitch as he gets ready to throw it. Fast Horse comes set. Here's the 3-2. Hammered down the line. It's fair. That's going in the corner. Runners are moving. He's going to send him. And he's going to score standing up. And nobody's there. And I think he's going to come up with a sloppy defense by Conquistadores. Close play. Safe, though. 2 runs will score. Both runs score on the Morales. We're going to give that an RBI double. And then getting to third on the errand throw and scoring on that errand throw is Morales. So that was a Little League home run if I've ever seen one. So that was a bases clearing 2-base hit with 2 errors to go along with it. So Morales is having himself a really good day. So 2 doubles, an RBI, and he does score. So 2 runs are in for the Peregrinos. That ball is cued foul. First baseman running over there, but he is not going to get that one. So now bats after the Morales double. Now bats Tamias Ramsey. Tamias Ramsey, the batter for Peregrinos. Ball skips in from Fast Horse. So Fast Horse looking to find his rhythm. Comes set. Here's the pitch. Skips in again. Fast Horse is in a little bit of a trouble here for the Conquistadores. So 2 runs are in for Peregrinos. Brings the score to 5-3. Conquistadores have the lead, but Peregrinos scoring 2 runs here in the top. That ball skips in again. So struggling after the 2-base hit by Luca Morales. Luca Morales having himself a banner day. Two doubles in 2 at-bats for him. Let's see what Ramsey can do, the designated hitter for Peregrinos. Bats with swings and hits a chopper. Shortstop, good play, throws him out. 2 outs. So he's retired. Ramsey is retired. Now batting the catcher for the Peregrinos team, Jacob Straknick. Straknick had a base hit and an RBI in his last at-bat. Hits that one hard to the right fielder in short right field, but it's going to drop in for his second hit of the morning. Good job by Straknick to get a base hit there. Now stepping in for Peregrinos. Number 25, Mason. Mason batting with 2 outs, runner on first base. Let's see what Matthias Mason can do. Skips in. The first pitch from Fast Horse to Mason. So the base runner, Jacob Straknik, has his second hit of the morning. Takes his lead. Fastball stays outside. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Anthony DeSanto bringing you this broadcast live from Aguadilla, Puerto Rico in the Puerto Rican International Baseball League. It's a wood bat league. Runner starts and stops. Takes that one inside. The runner is Straknik. Two runs in for Peregrinos. 5-3 is the score with the runner on first base for Peregrinos. Let's see here. There goes the runner. He starts and stops again. That ball's hammered into the left field. Left fielder settles under it. And that's the third out. So that does it for Peregrinos. They do score 2 runs to bring the score to 5-3. That does it, though, for Peregrinos in the top of the 4th inning. And we'll come back to you live. Conquistadores coming to bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll see you back in a minute. Stay tuned, and thank you for being with us. Back here live. Thank you so much for joining us in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, part of the PRIBL. Thank you so much for being a part of this broadcast. Live in Aguadilla. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let us know. This is Anthony DeSanto bringing you live commentary. Last year was my first year in part of the PRIBL. This is my second year. Absolutely loved it. Loved the area. We're actually staying in Rincon, Puerto Rico. About 30 minutes drive to this stadium. Beautiful stadium here. Really enjoy coming here last year. Part of a showcase series. And This is my first game with this 2025 season. Sorry for the late arrival, but I'm here and I'm going to be with you for the rest of the PRIBL 2 weeks. So with the lead, bats the Conquistadores. First pitch in the bottom of the fourth inning. Janiel Garcia still on the mound. In and out of the glove. It's the leadoff hitter, Cortez. So Cortez takes that one wide and high. That's not what you want to do. Walks the leadoff hitter for the Conquistadores. So, on my record, that's his third walk. He's got 3 walks, does Cortez, walking in front of the dangerous hitter for the Conquistadores, Capono Kahala. Takes off, fouls it. Oh, maybe that was a hit and run, I don't know, but Cortez had a huge jump off first base. He already has a stolen base. So let's see what Conquistadores do as far as if they go for a hit and run again or a straight steal. Let's see what Capono wants to do here with the offering from Garcia. Garcia tries to pick off, good pickoff, and he got him on the leg. He is out on the pickoff attempt, and that's 1 out. Wow, big out right there. Got him on the leg. Good tag by the first baseman for Peregrinos. Big first out right there. Conquistadores have the lead 5-3. Ball stays inside. To the batter for Conquistadores. Bats now with nobody on base. Ball stays low and gets through by the catcher. So what looked to be a good start of the bottom of the fourth inning for Conquistadores. Let's see here what Capono can do. Hitters count right here. Here's the pitch, stays high. Excuse me. Thank you so much once again for tuning in. It's the PRIBL. Please stay hydrated. Drink your water. Good pitch right there. Full count now. 3-2 to the second hitter for Conquistadores, the center fielder, Capono. That's ball 4. So back-to-back walks, albeit Garcia did pick off the runner, Cortez, but issues a walk to Capono. Capono on first base. Capono had a base hit in his first at-bat. Now draws the walk, so he's reached base 2 out of 3 times. This is the bottom of the fourth inning. Conquistadores batting. Hammered into, oh, that's going to be a misplay by the right fielder. Base hit is going to be thrown into the catcher. does a good job of getting it in, though, the right fielder. Second and third, good job of hitting by the 3-hitter for the Conquistadores. Connor Anderson all over that pitch. Man, that kid can hit. This Conquistadores team is very balanced. Tough. And whoever's pitching against them is going to have a tough time. Connor Anderson with another base hit. That's his second hit. He's on second now. Infield comes in for the Peregrinos. There's one out, runners on. Second and third. Stays inside. Dangerous territory for Garcia, finding himself in big trouble here. Braylon Reynolds. Ooh, fouls that one right straight back off the catcher. Infield is in for Peregrinos. They have the lead 5-3. Garcia comes set. Runners take their leads. That ball's in the dirt. Good block by the catcher for Peregrinos. Matthias Mason doing the catching right now. So this is a big at-bat, big pitch, big half inning for Conquistadores and the Peregrinos. Here's the pitch. Just high. So he walks. Good job. Good eye by Reynolds right there, taking the walk. Bases are loaded. Nowhere to put the 5-hitter, the catcher, Braden Kaler. Kaler bats with the bases loaded. One out. Infield is still in. Garcia laboring. Braylon Reynolds on base for the second time. He had a sacrifice RBI fly earlier in the game, but now has reached base twice via the walk. So he's on first base right now, loading the bases for the catcher of Conquistadores, Braden Kaler. Kaler bats with a wide open stance. Garcia misses and laboring. 2-0 is the count. Score is 5-3. Conquistadores threatening for more. Corners are in. Ball's hit past the third baseman into left field. One run will score. They'll go station to station as the run scores. RBI base hit. Big hit right there. Conquistadores scoring in the bottom of the fourth inning. RBI base hit. Finding himself on first base. Jehoshua Smart now batting with the bases loaded. Smart, the right fielder for Conquistadores, chokes up on the bat with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Swings and hammers it past the leaping third baseman. One run will score. Here comes this trail runner. 2 runs will score. Standing up. 2 RBI base hit for Smart. Turned on that pitch by Garcia. Good job of hitting by Smart. Smart hitting by Jehoshua Smart. Extends the lead now, 8-3. 2 runs score on the Smart base hit, and I think that's going to be all for Garcia. And Peregrinos look to make a pitching change. Good day at the plate for Smart. That's his third hit. Smart's third hit. 2 RBIs. Man, Conquistadores are pouring it on now. 8-3. There's only 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. New pitcher on the mound coming in for Peregrinos. Let's see how he does. As we'll see who's coming in. There's the first pitch. For number 3, this is Aranda, Noah Aranda. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if you're keeping track back home, Fuentes is now the pitcher of record. Or now the pitcher in relief. Relief for Adrian Perez. Angel Fuentes on the mound, tossing in his warm-up pitches. Score is 8-3. Runners on second and first and second. Only 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Thank you so much for joining us. This is the first of 2 games. Beautiful day in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. Thank you for joining us. A sunny day. Hope everyone is staying hydrated. Theodores Matricus. Is going to be batting against Fuentes. So Fuentes is going to be pitching. Here's the first pitch. Jams him inside on the swing. Comes up empty. Theodores. Bats with runner in scoring position. That's taken inside. Kaler, the runner on second base, and Smart, the runner on first base. Theodores bats with a runner on first and second. Comes up empty. So 1-2, 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count. Here's the pitch. Comes up empty. Strike 3. Got him. Made quick work right there. 2 outs now. First strikeout for Fuentes. So Fuentes comes in the fire on the hot seat and strikes out the first batter that he sees. So Theodores is retired. Hayden Bledsoe. Bledsoe bats with a runner on first and second. First pitch is fouled away. Just a reminder, if you get a foul ball, please return it. That would be helpful. And the fans here in Aguadilla are doing just that. So thank you very much. Here's the pitch from Fuentes. He comes set. Stays high and inside to Bledsoe. With 2 outs, first and second are the base runners. 8-3 is the score. Gets away from the catcher, but no advancement. No advancement. So good job of getting onto that ball by the catcher for the Peregrinos. Conquistadores scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. That ball stays high, yep. Fuentes working on his release and delivery mechanics. It's always tough when you come in relief in the middle of an inning. With 2 outs, here's the pitch. Comes up empty. Tag him. Yep. Oh, it's only 2. That's only 2. So, full count now. Runners on first and second. Let's see what the batter can do. Here's the pitch from Fuentes. Stays inside. Ball 4 to load him up. So, Fuentes walks the hitter there. Not what you want to do. Bledsoe walks. Now Julian DeTrixie bats with the bases loaded. Hits it to third base. Foul ball, though. Check that. I think this is Nick Fasthorse batting. This is Nick Fasthorse. Fasthorse pitches and hits. So here he is with the bases loaded. Nick Fasthorse, the batter, takes that one low. Good stop by the catcher to even up the count 1-1 with 2 outs. The bases are loaded. Conquistadores already scored 3 times this inning. Let's see what Fuentes can do. Good pitch, but stays high. Just high to Fasthorse. So Fasthorse, as we mentioned, pitched last inning, and now is getting his turn to at bats with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Comes up empty on the offering from Fuentes. Angel Fuentes on the mound in relief. Let's see if Fuentes can limit the damage of the Conquistadores. Bases loaded for the Conquistadores. Here's the pitch. Takes it for a strike 3. Good job by Fuentes to get it. That's his second strikeout of the inning. So good job by Fuentes to limit the damage. So the score is 8-3 after 4 innings. We'll see you in the 5th inning. Peregrinos are coming to bat in the 5th inning. We're live here in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico with the PRIBL. I'm Anthony DeSanto. Thank you for tuning in. Back here live in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, score of 8-3. Conquistadores are a wonderful hitting team, very balanced team as well. And with the new pitcher now, this is Julian Detrixie. Detrixie's first pitch is high with his fastball. Peregrinos need to continue on their scoring. They did score 2 in the last half inning, and that ball's hammered into left field. That ball's going to be over the head, out of the reach of the left fielder. Good job of hitting it. Good job of getting it in as well. So a booming double for Peregrinos. Peregrinos, number 5, Nicholas Mack. So good job of hitting right there. Oh, this is number 5 as well. Oh, it plunked him. So runners now on first and second. So both of those hitters were number 5. Interesting. How about that? So that was... Okay, now number 4 is batting for Peregrinos. This is Perez, Adrian Perez. Bats with nobody out. Good fastball on the inside corner. Man, that's a good pitch right there. Good velocity from the new pitcher, Julian Detrixie. Detrixie, oh, swing and a miss, comes up empty. Throw down is not in time. Stolen base for the 2 number 5s. Those guys can run. Be careful on the number 5s. So, looks like he might have tweaked his shoulder. Number 4, Adrian Perez. So cause for concern there. Hopefully he's okay. Has his hands on his hips. Doesn't have his bat yet. Says he's okay. Takes the bat now. No substitution. Stretches his arms out. Bats still with runners on second and third after the stolen bases of the number 5s. Good stop by the catcher. New pitcher on the mound for Conquistadores, pitching with a lead, 8-3, but Peregrinos threatening with nobody out. Hammers that one to right field. It's going to be a tough play, and oh, just foul. Man, that would have scored 2 easily if that landed fair, but good chase on that foul ball. The right fielder for Conquistadores. So, seems to be Perez is just fine after there was a little cause for concern with his shoulder or his arm there. Don't want to guess, but he's just fine. So he settles in, stands in with a 2-2 count. Runners on second and third. Here's the pitch. Fouled that one away. Oh, it hit the top of the stadium and stays foul. So good job of battling there by Perez. So the new pitcher for Conquistadores, Julian Detrixie, in some trouble as that ball skips away, but stays close enough, no advance. So it actually hit the batter there, Perez, but he is just fine. Runners on second and third take their leads. Third baseman comes in. That stays wide. Full count now, 3-2. Conquistadores have the lead, so the last thing they want to do is walk somebody. Here's the pitch. Stays low, ball 4. Now the bases are loaded. So bases loaded for Peregrinos. This is Aranda. Aranda bats now with the bases loaded. Take big leads off second. Skips in again. This is a tough situation for the Peregrinos, threatening with bases loaded. The corners come in now. Here's the pitch from DeTrixie. Stays high, 2-0 now. Threatening are the Peregrinos. Conquistadores with the lead, but there's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Christian Malgari is in the building. If you can hear that big yell from big Christian Malgari as that ball's fouled back. I'm being joined in the press box by Christian Malgari. I remember him distinctly from last year.
What's up, Stream Live? How you doing?
My man.
How you doing? SC California. Remember you Team California?
So that ball's fouled back. DeTrixie battling back in this at-bat. This is a huge opportunity for Peregrinos. With the bases loaded. Noah Aranda with the pink bat. Takes just inside. Playing with fire now. This is going to be a tough situation. Full count now to Aranda. DeTrixie wants to get the out right here anyway to limit the damage. Nubs it right to the pitcher. He goes home with it. Wow, what a play. He's out at the plate. That's a huge out. Big time play by DeTrixie. Holy cow. That was a fantastic play. So big out right there. No run scores. But the runners do move up. Cuts down the runner at the plate. Coach calls time. Talks to his pitcher, Julian DeTrixie. So that's the first out in the top of the 5th inning. Man, that was a gutsy play. Tough play right there, but they had the force. So good play by DeTrixie to cut down the runner at home. So no run scores there. Thank you so much for joining us. We're live here in the beautiful, friendly confines in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. We're live in Luis Marquez Stadium, playing host to the PRIBL morning game. This is the first of the 2 games today. Thank you for joining us here. So again, bases loaded, 1 out. Here's the pitch from DeTrixie. Stays high with his fastball. So Peregrinos need to score a run here. The corners are in for Conquistadores. Here's the pitch. Hits that one high and is going to stay foul. Here's the pitch. Catch the corner. Number 16 for the Peregrinos bats. Is this Diaz? Dominic Diaz? This might be Dominic Diaz batting. Takes that one low. No advancement. catcher right at the feet. No advancement there. Good job of jumping on that one. So this is Julian DeTrixie on the mound. Here's the pitch. Oh, squirts by the catcher. Run starts and stops. Oh, errant throw back, but no advancement, no score. Good job, though. Holy cow, that could have been a mess right there. So it went by the catcher through his legs, but it kicked back from the backstop. The catcher turned and fired to DeTrixie, but it went past DeTrixie, but by that time, the runners all went back. So big pitch right here. Hits that one, and it's going to be foul. So just foul. 3-2 now. To the batter. This is number 16 for the Peregrinos, Dominic Diaz. Bases are loaded. They take their leads. From the windup, just low to force in a run. Man, tough pitch to lay off, but he does, scoring the run in the top of the 5th inning. Bring the score to 8-4 now. Stepping in, still with the bases loaded, number 17, Manny Gonzalez. Manny Gonzalez hits that one. It's going to be foul, but the first baseman giving good chase, and can't come up with it. That would have been an excellent catch by the first baseman for the Conquistadores. But nonetheless, it's a strike. Foul ball still. Runners at every base. It's going to take a big 2-out hit, or 1-out hit. Hammered into the outfield. Right fielder and center fielder getting over. It's the right fielder who catches it. Good catch. Throws it in. Throws over to second base. Run scores. So sacrifice fly right there. Good job of getting out and retiring the big hitter for the Peregrinos. Manny Gonzalez is retired, but he gets an RBI. Sac fly for him. In steps Meisner. Samuel Meisner, he was hit by a pitch. HBP getting hit the hard way. Runners on second and third take their leads as that ball's high. So 2-0 with 2 outs. Peregrinos do score 1 run to bring it to 8-5 now. Meisner fouls that one to the screen and back. A base hit would score 2. So let's see what Julian DeTrixie and Conquistadores can do here with runners on second and third and Meisner the batter. Here's the pitch. Just high. 3-1. Live here in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, part of the PRIBL, Puerto Rican International Baseball League, College Wooden Bat League. Man, just high again. So Meisner lays off those tough pitches. So he reaches base with a walk. In steps the dangerous hitter, Luca Morales. Luca Morales, so far, to my understanding, is the best hitter I've seen in this PRIBL. Takes that one just inside and low. 1-0 Here's the pitch from DeTrixie. Stays low. 2-0. Bases are loaded. Dangerous situation. Dangerous hitter for the Peregrinos. Luca Morales has 2 doubles today. Comes up empty on that pitch right there. Man, he wanted to do some damage right there, but comes up empty. Luca Morales bats with the bases loaded against Julian DeTrixie. Huge opportunity for Peregrinos to get back in this game. Hits that one into the ground to the third baseman. Tags the runner. And that does it. So he's out. So good play right there. No run scores there, but it's 5-8. 8-5. Peregrinos do score to bring the score to 5-8. That does it, though. In the top of the 5th inning, we'll be back for the bottom of the 5th inning with the Conquistadores batting, leading 8-5. This is Anthony DeSanto coming to you live in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico.